Welcome back, folks. I'm Z, and today I'm showing you how I got 6 million damage with Trepier. The first guardian I use is Jeffrey. He doesn't do any damage, but he's just here for Lanik. So is Clyden. In fact, Clyden is the guardian who will collect the most Lanik. And then there's Popo, who collects Lanik based on the enemy star level. Sonya, who attacks and then collects Lanik. And then of course we have Trepier, main damage dealer, and our master that we're using is Ave, who will reset the skill of your guardians. Alright, so the first thing that we want to do is get a level 3 Clyden on the field, right over here on the top left corner. And after that, you can go ahead and get some damage dealers, get either Sonya out or Trepier. I mean, ideally, you want Trepier out. And you can start off with some level 2 Trepiers, that's perfectly fine. And you can use Popo and Jeffrey as fodder, just to get some level 2 units out there. So, the next thing that we need to focus on is getting a level 3 Sonya on the field. If we can get a level 3 Sonya on the field, I mean, that's like the only Sonya you'll have on the field. Eventually, you'll want to have 2 level 3 Sonyas on the field, so that way, if you need to merge them for whatever reason to maybe make like a 4-star Trepier, then you can go ahead and do that. It'll be easy to get rid of that level 3 Sonya. And so by this point, you can see I already have 2 3-star Trepier. Well, now I have 3, but I mean, I have way more 3-star Guardians than my opponent. And I still have 1500 Lanik left over. So I think I'm off to a pretty good start. Popo and Jeffrey don't matter too much, but you can see that the level 2, or should I say level 2 or star? I think I'll say level. So the level 2 guardians that I'm making mostly are Popo, and that's because Popo's skill, of course, scales according to its star level, as do all guardians, but Popo's skill is much more useful than Jeffrey. And so, I mean, I want to make more use out of Popo as a level 2 unit instead of Jeffrey, and Jeffrey is just fodder. And there's no problem with having a level 2 or level 3 Jeffrey compared to Popo. I just prefer to use Popo. You can use whoever you want. And so eventually, we're also going to want to have a 3-star... what's his name? Clyden? Yes. We're also going to want to have a 3-star Clyden, like I just did here, because eventually, I mean, we're going to run out of Lanik, but if we ever need to merge those 2 Clyden together to, I don't know, maybe if we need like another Trepier on the field, or if we just want to make a higher rank Clyden, that we have the option to do that. Yeah, and so I have all of my guardian spots filled on the field right now, and then eventually what's going to happen is I'm going to merge my Trepiers together so I can get 4-star Trepiers. And you're probably thinking, oh, I thought having multiple 3 stars is better than just having like a couple of 4 stars, which, I mean, does make sense, but in the long run, we're going to have more or less the same amount of 3 stars and 4 stars. That's what we're aiming for. We don't want to just have nothing but 3-star Trepiers all over the field. We want to have at least half the amount of 3 stars and half amount of 4 stars. And then eventually we'll work our way to having 4 stars on the field. Alright, so even if the enemies get past this center roundabout and they get closer to my base or my master, I mean, Trepier's skill should take them out for the most part. And so I took longer to take out the drill boss compared to my opponent, but I'm here for the long haul. Right, as you can see, I mean, my master, Ave, I mean, his skill, his ability is, like, going off. Like, after every single, like, fusion that I get. And that's the great part, because we want to get Clyden to use its skill as much as possible. And if you have two Clyden who are next to each other in the top corner like I do, then you're going to maximize the amount of Lanik that you can get. Alright, so since I'm running out of space, I think what I'm going to do is make a 4-star Trepier, which I don't have on the field yet. And as you can see, I didn't have enough space, so I had to make a level 3 Jeffrey, which is perfectly fine, because, I mean, if I happen to make another level 3 Jeffrey, then I could just turn that into a level 4 Trepier. And right now I have... the only level 4s I have on my field are Clyden, Trepier, and Sonya. Eventually I'm going to want to turn that Sonya into a Trepier. But I have to get another level 4 Sonya on the field first. Which shouldn't be too hard, because I can just combine the 2 level 3 Sonyas into 1 level 4, and then eventually I'll turn those 2 level 4 Sonyas into a level 5. Right. But I think what I'm actually going to prioritize for right now is making another level 3 Trepier, which I actually just did, right before the boss showed up. Yeah, I combined my 2 level 2 Sonyas into 1 level 3 Trepier. Oh man, I think this boss is gonna mess up my composition. Okay, hopefully he doesn't move my Clydens on the top left. Okay, well he moved a Clyden up there. Oh yeah, he moved them around. Okay, so since we come across this kind of situation where your Clydens end up being shifted and they're moved, what you can do is turn those Clydens into another Trepier or Sonya. I would prefer Trepier though, because Sonya doesn't do as much damage anymore. And so, I mean, at this point, it's better just to get rid of Sonya altogether. Right, so we turned those level 4 Sonyas into a level 5 Trepier. And I think this is actually my first time making a level 5 Trepier. Alright, so that level 3 Jeffrey is just gonna chill over there in the corner. And I noticed that I have a Trepier in the top left corner who isn't being used at all. So I think I'm going to move that Trepier and combine it with someone else. There we go. Looks like my opponent is struggling, but I think I'm doing okay for the most part. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Alright, kind of scared. Oh, and my opponent lost already. Well, folks, that's how you do it. That's how you get 6 million damage with Trepier. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed it, let me know in the comment section. If not, let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.